In this lesson, we'll begin building the left leg's animation controls. When building your controls, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. One, you want to make sure that the control object is easy to select. At the same time, we want to make sure that there's clarity as to what area on the character it will control. We do want to also make sure that the control object is clean, meaning that as we zero out the transforms on that control, we get back to this reset pose. And then we can go even further and make sure that certain parameters that should not receive animation will not receive animation on that control object. So those are a few things we'll be covering. Very essential points. So with that said, let's say we go ahead and build a control for our left foot. I like to work with splines. They're non-renderable and just a great way to get in and animate our characters. So we can work with a rectangle. I'll go ahead and set the plane to XZ. From there, we can go ahead and scale this in. And right now I'm scaling with in the x-axis. We want to make sure that we make this object editable first. So we can always go ahead and do so from our toolbar. Simply clicking that icon to make the object editable. Or another way is to simply hit the C key. That's the hotkey for that. Alright, but as we scale this in the X, we can now start to go ahead and move this over so that the foot will be centered within the spline. Now at this point, we can go to the point level and start to add further modifications. I'll go ahead and switch the selection tool to marquee and just add a few changes. I go to the sides and kind of pull those out just a little bit more. Okay, great. So now that the foot control is in, let's say we first rename this. That's going to be SC for spline control underscore L underscore foot 01. We'll also want to make sure that we'll get the right pivoting from this object as we rotate it. Right now where the pivot stands, it's not going to be too convenient. We will have a lot of counter keying when it comes to rotating that ankle. So to avoid that altogether, we can make sure that its axis is going to be right at our ankle end, right at our IK goal. Alright, so to have that happen, we'll simply go ahead and use our object axis tool. I'll go to the move tool. And making sure we still have axis snap on, just simply snap that over to that center. Great, so now rotating this object, let's go back to our model tool. Start to rotate this. It's going to be much more convenient, as we'll see when we start to connect everything together. Okay, so at this point, what we'll want to go ahead and do is start to clean this up. I'll go to mode and switch this to object. Go to the coordinates. So you can see all of that position data we have. We need to clean all of that up. To do so, it's just a matter of freezing our transformations. So go ahead and choose freeze all to clean that up. And now as we start to move this around, if we want to get back to that reset pose, it's just a matter of heading back over to our position and zeroing all of those out. Okay, great. All right, so from here, let's say we go ahead and take our ball bone, take that root, and make sure it's going to be parented to our foot control. Now, as we select this object, it now will go ahead and control that foot. So we start to rotate it. In no time at all, we have a very convenient foot roll. And it's very efficient, controlling multiple things, not just the position of our leg, but also the rotation of our foot. It's another thing we want to aim for. Okay, great. So